So we just left our therapy session, Mr. Ryota, and I guess we're getting some ice cream. Deciding to take his prescription to heart, I head straight to the downtown shopping area. With my mind cleared, I get to pay a little more attention to the weather. Beautiful, cloudless skies, the slightest hint of a cool breeze. You! Well, who are you? A girl careens from around the corner and nearly crashes right into me. Her glasses flash dangerously as she tips her newsboy cap over her forehead, studying me with an intensity that could rival an electronic microscope. Me? It's all I can manage to say at that eccentric sight. Yes, you. An idyllic, unlettered civilian. Perfect. A hint of a satisfied smile tugs at her lips. For what must be the 100th time today, I feel a keen sense of impending doom. Respond to my questions with either yes or no. Do not deviate, do not invent, and for the sake of both of our sanities, do not dawdle. First, am I correct in assuming you are an academy student? You must have the wrong person. I've never seen you before. How can you judge the purpose behind this encounter without knowing the criteria I've set in my approach? I am not mistaken. You are my target. It doesn't take a genius to sense that this girl means trouble. I decide to conveniently ignore her and step around her. What does that shirt say? King? What? Who are you? You like a writer or? I don't know. She only steps at me, blocking my path again. Maybe a reporter? Because she's asking a few questions. Oh great, I can sense where this is going. As I envisaged, subject demonstrates a remarkable inability to utilize basic cognitive functions. I'm talking about uncalled for. Abusive words, overly complicated language. She clearly has a few screws loose. Maybe I should call the hospital, see if they have a runaway mental patient. But she's not wearing hospital clothes. Look kid, I don't know what your problem is, but... Kid? The pleasantly cooled air suddenly develops into a rather harsh chill. She must be in one of those phases, just another 14-year-old expecting to be treated with the dignity of a grandmother. Albeit a 14-year-old who apparently memorized the dictionary. Well, whatever you are. Generally speaking, it's pretty rude to just run up to some random stranger and insult them. Truly, your idiocy has risen to a level beyond which I had previously surmised. She immediately digs into her pocket and flashes something in front of my face. Shigure Enemoto, freelance detective. A detective. Well, freelance, so. I mean, a private detective doesn't really... I mean, the first thing that comes to mind when you say detectives is of course like a homicide case and stuff, but usually private detectives, they don't really do that. They, for the most part, they just, you know, find out information about lost people, like, or rather missing people. They dig up like affairs, for example. In general, it's not really all that exciting to be a private detective, you know. But I guess if you're really good, then you'd be hired by the police as well to do some contract work, I assume. I guess that's how it always is in the mystery stories or detective stories. Legally certified to inspect crime scenes, obtain private files, and, if necessary, interrogate unduly inquisitive citizens with the observational finesse of a blind bat, or finesse. And you shall note that I am 26 years of age. So you are a legal lowly. This is what you are. That's been a trend these days. Steins Gate 0 comes to mind. Right, that's like the prequel, or not really okay, it was kind of weird, I guess. It's the second game of the Steins Gate series. I believe it's called Steins Gate 0, and there is another character who is adult age but looks a lot younger than she is. Wait, a legal lowly? Nani? You're 26? Unless you presume to imply that you are deaf as well as dumb, I suggest. But you're so short. I practically feel ice crystals forming in the air. Well, I should strongly prefer to be short of stature than short of cerebral matter, as seems to be your tendency. Ouch, not a bad blow. But wait, well, if you're a freelance detective, does that mean that this is an interrogation and I'm a suspect? If I have to go to the police station, do I get excused absences from a class? I see no need to reverse your expectation that you will be taking the unexcused absences as they are. Consider it inevitability, similar to your clinical depression. Wait, my depression? How do you know that? That stops me. What? How could she possibly... What would even make her think something like that? You might as well carry a sign. From your uniform, you are a student at the academy. From the fact that you're wearing it, you attended school this morning. From your presence in town, rather in class, you're, as I believe they call it, playing hooky. From that prescription slip, you are enrolled in the recently developed therapy method that the academy has been boasting. From your fairly normal physicality and social skills, your problem is most likely clinical depression, or maybe something like high-functioning autism. From... Okay, I get it, you're a detective. And you're impressed, but pretending not to be. It is pretty impressive. The observations themselves might seem like common sense, but a person who can actually synthesize them is a rare find, which of course kind of just makes her even more annoying. She has high perception. You could even say she has maybe even 18 wisdom. If this was a D&D game. I relaxed a little, oddly relieved that she hadn't actually secretly researched me. Now, it is your turn. My turn? Of course. What can you see from my physical presentation? From your hat, and the fact that you were asking a ton of questions, I thought you were a reporter, but I guess we know now that you're more like a detective. I invite you to give your brain some much-needed exercise. That gets close to frying me up. Close. Sorry, but I have my therapist's instructions to follow. Unless you have any actual business with me, I appreciate it if you left me alone. I step around her again. This time, she doesn't move. But just as I think I'm home free, I hear a soft whisper drifting from behind me. Do you now wish to play a bigger role in society than an inconsequential pawn in this game of life? Or will you restrict yourself to the confines of your own abilities just because of her? I quietly stop. Turn around, slowly. Tell me how you know that, right now. I shall, after you prove yourself mentally capable of comprehending the simplest of my explanations. Fine, if she wants to play that way, let her play that way. Time to focus. Nani? I'll start with... thinking time. Reminds me of, a little bit, I guess, of Danganronpa and Phoenix Wright. But I guess we don't really, get to actually choose the answers, or rather, well, we're choosing the decisions. I mean, all of these are correct, right? I mean, the first thing we can choose is her clothes, right? That's what I mentioned before, her hat and stuff. Unlike the standard professional wear I might expect of a law enforcement agent, she's dressed comfortably. Probably can do that because she's a freelance detective. And they haven't been ironed out in a while, which means she either doesn't care or she's a workaholic. Possibly a combination of both. Her shirt proclaims king, conscious or unconscious association to her egotism. I can't tell much, but I find it strange that she dressed so casually and expect people to take her seriously. With her height and clothes, is it any wonder that she's often mistaken for a kid? And one more thing bothers me. She wears comfortable looking clothes, which I previously assumed were for efficiency. After all, chasing down criminals in high heels is a stupid idea. And yet something stands out. What does stand out? Hat and jeans? Or glasses and hoodie? Actually, is there a wrong answer? Because I can't tell. Maybe what stands out? What stands out? I mean, the hat and jeans are meant to be casual, right? And I mean, I assume a hat like this is pretty normal. Glasses and hoodie? Hat and jeans? I don't know actually. What are we trying to infer here? Something that stands out. To be honest, I don't know if putting this much thought in this decision matters much. Maybe it does matter? I don't know. Yeah, because again, Danganronpa, Phoenix Wright, those type of games, those like mystery visual novels, it does kind of matter. But in those games, like, there's only one way to win, and I'm wondering in this game, like, can you fail or can you just go different routes? I don't know. Well, we'll have to find out as we play, of course. But yeah, and also as far as I know, there isn't like investigation style gameplay in this game, Lucid9. As far as I know, it doesn't advertise anything like that in the store page. So I think it's just very much a straight mystery visual novel. But let's see. I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna say hat and jeans, because they don't mix, maybe? Because the hat... Then again, I don't know. Maybe I'm extrapolating too much, but I think the hat might not fit the rest of the outfit, right? Usually you wear that hat... I don't know, but then again, it's pretty normal for the sake of fashion. I mean, if you're just wearing it for fashion, then that's fine, right? And she's wearing a hoodie? Is she wearing a hoodie? Well, I can't really see. The back of her, usually, well, a hoodie usually has a hood, right? So I don't really see the hood. You can't really see the hood. I thought it was like a jacket or something like that. I'm thinking maybe glasses? Maybe the glasses stand out? Then again, maybe she just needs glasses. Like, is that weird? I don't think so. I don't know why I care so much. This probably doesn't matter much. But I wanna, that's the thing with like these types of games. I wanna figure out, I wanna like get into the logic of the game. Try to understand the story, or rather the circumstances, before I pick my decisions. Because I want to actually have an answer, right? Okay. I find it strange that she's dressed so casually, expect people to take her seriously, but her unless she's often mistaken for kids. Whereas comfortable looking clothes. Yeah. Efficiency. So the assumption was that she's wearing these clothes because of efficiency. But if she was wearing this for efficiency, what would she not wear? For one, I don't know, glasses? Because, you know, if you're chasing down a criminal, for example, you know, having glasses is maybe not the best idea because they could fall off and stuff. Then again, if you have, like, you know, if your glasses fit good enough, it probably isn't that much of a hindrance. And also, you might also just need glasses, so... You know, it might not even matter. I'm just gonna say hat and jeans, because the hat stands out. Yeah. Okay, so very similar to what I said before, how the glasses fall off, the hat can also fall off if you're running around. Okay, that's the logic the game is using. Right, hats are a pain to run with, because unless you keep one hand on them at all times, they're likely to flop around, fall off, or just generally be obnoxious. And jeans are too tight to offer flexibility, Running in those will either be very uncomfortable or very, very embarrassing. I guess there are, but I have run in jeans before. It's not too bad. I guess you can't like sprint, you know, very, very, very fast. But you're wearing a belt, right? So I don't know. Which implies that she just dresses how she wants to. I guess that's our conclusion. Definitely a very headstrong individual. If she doesn't choose casual clothes for comfort, knowing that it can interfere with her job, then is she purposely choosing it to abrogate others, to announce her individualism? It wouldn't match with her choosing to be a freelance detective instead of a corporate investigator. Free-spirited, rebellious, and as I expect from how she's shamelessly pulling me aside for no reason, guided more by her heart than her head despite her intellect. Not bad. Next I should think about her body language. She spreads her weight evenly on both feet, unlike most girls, who let it lie more on one side of their hip than the other. Even weight on both feet almost sounds like a fighting stance. She seems relaxed, but with that bright-eyed look of someone expecting danger around every corner. That kind of weight distribution doesn't seem to come naturally. Maybe she was in sports, or maybe in self-defense at one point. For a while, from the looks of it. I like to guess martial arts, but I can't say for sure. There are too many possibilities. Okay, then maybe I should think about this a different way. Her movements are very crisp and close to the body. When she's speaking, she doesn't gesture very much, even when yelling. Generally speaking, sports emphasize emoting on a huge scale, roaring in victory, brawling in defeat, the works. Not only that, but limbs are trained more for gross motor skills than fine motor skills. On the contrary, Shigari has a very tight control over her hands, almost to the point where she seems stiff. Which likely points to something high control, like ballet or archery, or a more subtle martial art like Wing Chun. Well, that still didn't narrow things down too much. Time to move on. I've noticed that when Shigari moves, she probably tends to use her... Well, actually, I can't tell. I don't know. I don't remember. This is kind of interesting, actually. You know? Quizzing you on something that's happened before, and you weren't really thinking about paying attention to it before. I assume right hand because she's putting her hand on her lip, or her hip. Not lip, hip. And she's just leaving the left arm down there, right? So I assume it's right hand. Her left hand is generally stagnant while her right often takes the most action, adjusting her glasses or tapping against her hip. Probably safe to assume that she's right-handed. Well, so she used to be involved in a high control form of physical exercise since she's right-handed. Is that all I can get from her body language? Yeah, it doesn't seem all that useful to know. Well, she doesn't wear any noticeable makeup. Well, I mean, the thing about makeup is that good makeup is makeup that you don't really notice, right? Anyway, she dresses like a kid and she wears glasses instead of contacts, just calling more attention to her pathetic stature. Wait a minute, when I put it that way, it almost sounds like she wants to be underestimated. She has a mental disability? I don't know about that. Wants to be underestimated. Even though she pretends to be indignant about being mistaken for a kid, it looks like that's her intent. Even though she's a freelance detective, she doesn't wear a badge anywhere, or carry a gun, or anything really. She probably believes that being underestimated is a valuable skill. I can't say I personally agree, but hey, she's the 26-year-old freelance detective, not me. And circumstances? Now why here? Why now? Why me? These are all questions I need to answer. Detectives approach me and bombard me with questions, but I see no other policeman. She doing this just because she's bored? Well, no, she was specifically looking for an academy student for some reason. I'm coming up short in this area. I'll have to think about this later. I take a step back to look at the full picture. No, this isn't it. Not quite. It's good information, but it's basic. Nothing stands out. Can't actually use any of this. Time to think a little deeper. Is there anything else that can help me? Anything at all? Something I've missed? Oh, well. We're snapped out of focus mode by a cell phone ringing. Inamoto speaking, yes. If you cannot resolve such an appallingly simple task by your own means, I shall consider your intellect no different than that of a headless chicken's. Good day. Oh, she's pretty rude to everyone. Now, you may want to hasten your efforts before the ground upon which we stand becomes our gravestones. Yeah, I'm on it. I guess we're just standing here just staring at her intently. I say this distractingly primarily because I notice she has a flip phone. Ancient technology by today's standards, buttons, 2-inch screen, primitive camera, the works. Well, not just that, but it's a terrible looking flip phone. The kind of decor that you see on prepubescent phones. Yes, prepubescent phones. Rhinestones, heart stickers, even the random scroll from a Sharpie that was too faded into the metal for me to read. It's completely unlike her. Which means that it's a wealth of information. Well, I mean, flip phones were still pretty popular in Japan for a while. It's only recently that everyone turned into like smartphones and stuff, you know? Which leads me to believe, again, like, this setting might be like a near future, you know, not the actual present time, at least as we know it. While on call, she so graciously turned the phone in my direction, allowing me to catch a glance of her wallpaper. Shock. It was a picture, at least a few years old, of a guy hugging her. Double shock. She was proudly showing off a ring. Oh, she's married? Not a cheap, cutesy colored ring, like the couple bands of a new relationship in its second week. A legitimate diamond ring. An engagement ring. But she's not wearing a ring anymore. Even looking at her hands at this moment, I can't even tell that she'd ever worn one. Which means she once had a fiance, and he broke up with her. And he did it. A long time ago, I assume. Of course. If the engagement had ended recently, I see a tan around her finger, or maybe an indent. Instead, there's nothing. Which means that the fiancé called off the engagement a while ago. And also the fact that she just nonchalantly just shows us, you know, the phone of her fiancé. And so I assume it's because she doesn't really care anymore, right? I don't think she would do that, it would just happen recently. Unless, I don't know, unless that engagement was loveless, right? There was no romance between it from the very beginning, but I don't know. She obviously didn't call it off. Not if she's keeping that picture on her phone. In fact, maybe they broke it off amicably. If she hasn't deleted it yet, or either that or she's a stalker. Alright, that's much more like it. I think I'm ready. I square my shoulders and look her in the eye. Sorry about the wedding. Hello? What wedding? Is she serious? How can I possibly word this delicately? Yours, the one that your fiancé called off a few years ago. Did he? Didn't he? Unless she does have a wedding ring and she just doesn't wear it? Is it in your pocket or something? You might seek to articulate yourself better. Is what in my pocket? Your wedding ring. Why would I have a wedding ring in my pocket? If your fiancé didn't call off the wedding, then... Wait. No, there's one more possibility. And since she's in law enforcement, it wouldn't be unlikely. I immediately shut up as the realization dawns on me. I see, I've realized. Yes, he never called off the wedding. Because he died. Oh, actually, I didn't come to that conclusion. I thought she was... Okay, the first thought came to mind is that she was undercover, but that sounds silly, so it's because he died. Ah, how sad. Oops, oh, that's not what I want. I want to save. I suddenly feel very, very callous. I'm sorry. Silence, say nothing that you not mean. Unless you are manipulating others to extract information, as that is an occupational hazard. Right. Even as she continues on, I mentally hit myself for my error. I shall admit, civilian, that you've done adequately. Train your senses consistently, and you might have become moderately useful in the future. Well, thanks, really, I'm overwhelmed. But I ask of you this. What is the meaning when a freelance detective approaches a student and asks a string of seemingly unrelated questions of him? He has a crush on him! That would be the silly answer. That's another decision. Do we have to get this right? Suspects of a crime. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong, so... She's testing him, maybe? That's what I assume. I mean, that's what she just did right now. She just asked, like, use your observational skills to the test and see what you can figure out just from looking at me. So... Unless, what was the... What meaning when a freelance detective approaches a student and asks a string of seemingly unrelated questions of him? You're testing my intelligence for some reason. Or you're actually a marketing intern trying to conduct some bizarre survey, I wouldn't know. Shigure fixes me with an unfathomable stare. The only sign of emotion on her face are her eyebrows, which are almost raised to her hairline. What is your name? Sorry? Your name. This has nothing to do with the case, but if I protest, she'll probably smack me with more verbal abuse. Yama Ishimoto? What is she thinking of? Her derision is preferable to her silence. I postulate that you possess a nimity of free time. Nimity? Well, I've never seen that word. What does it mean? In fact, I'm gonna look it up right now. Nimity? Nimity? Superfluidity? Access? Or excess, rather? Is that what it means? How do you pronounce it? Bit of a tangent right now, but Nimity. What? That was like a word I never use. Anyway, I have a lot of free time, basically. What is your assessment regarding a coadjutant meteor? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, lady. Coadjutant meteor. Who even uses those kinds of words? Are you asking me to be your assistant? Servant, not assistant. Putting me and job in the same sentence is never a good idea. I barely have enough diligence to handle stuff in class when I'm called by the teacher. How much worse would my punishment be if I worked with a girl, well, woman, this crazy? Not detention, I'd assume. And yet, examining pieces of a puzzle, putting them together, framing the whole story, it was fun. In this mystery visual novel where you solve the mystery. Logic, ingenuity, resourcefulness. And almost nothing is fun to me, which makes it doubly interesting. Sure, why not? Good. I will require your contact information, then be off. Take a moment to process this. That's it? Wait, how did you know? Know what? You told me earlier about her. A tense moment ticks by as Shigare stares evenly at me. Pure conjecture. You can't be serious. Baited. You did not appear to notice that my wording was intentionally vague. What? But you said... do you not wish to play a bigger role in this society than an inconsequential pawn in this game of life? Or will you restrict yourself to confine your own abilities just because of her? Oh, classic bait for confirmation bias. Appeal to the person's general desire for significance, alluded to just one person for some added resonance. Well, I don't know if she's a good detective because I've never seen her work as one yet, but she's probably a good conman as well, or a con artist. All she would have guessed is the gender, 50% chance of striking a chord in her victim. She probably guessed a girl from my personality. I'm not exactly the type to easily befriend guys. It's a bait. Baited. Just a bait. I see you understand. She pushes the phone into my motionless hand. I have registered your cellular number. Tomorrow you will receive a text regarding your next assignment. Keep your evenings free. With that, she simply tips her hat, whirls around, and strides off. I guess we're intern for a private detective. And well, actually, I've done a little bit of research on, like, you know, how do you get into the private detective business? That's how you start. You become like an assistant to someone who was already like a freelance or private detective, you know, and then your career goes on from there. Bait? Was it really just a bait? I guess, you know, Yama might have actually found his career. Or is that also a bait? A lie to make me feel better, even though she actually knows. The double bait. We may never know. Too many mind games. Clearly, I'm not cut out for this. Wait, what did I just accept? Was she serious? Am I actually her errand boy now? What did I just get myself into? Did you seriously follow me home? Huh? Why would you do my... Oh, annoying voice? I assume that's Yahiko. Huh? Why would we do that? We already know where you live, man. Oh, hey, I know those voices. It's these guys. Well, thankfully, it's not Shigari at the door, it's Masato and Yahiko, who are currently proud bearers of 2 giant plastic bags stamped with the GFC logo. Oh, so I guess that's where all the fried chicken buckets come from. They always come to visit and bring some fast food with them. Huh, I wasn't expecting them. Although, technically speaking, it was polite of them to knock even though they know my key code. What's up, man? Delivery has arrived. I didn't order anything. Yahiko only points at my phone. Oh, fancy phone. Wow. All this. You know, I wish yeah, that's cool. Actually, I wish we could like have an actual like sub menu where we can look at our phone. That would be a cool gameplay mechanic actually. And you can also like get messages from the other characters. Anyway. So what do you text? You texted something like, I don't know, would you go to the moon without AC? Is summer hot on the moon? Oh, they also said I couldn't breathe. That's okay though, you can help me rest belong. We're coming to your place! Jay Graves is my role model. Number USA for the win. Leet! Amazing. Games, message, and I assume location or something like that? I don't know. What is this? Infinite? What is this infinite for? Infinite power? Or rather, well, this is the battery, so maybe there's something else. I don't know. I guess so. He got 33 messages. Was it all from him, or? Well, technically, I should apologize for being so unresponsive, but all I can feel is incredulity. English is very hard. Incredulity. All I can feel is incredulousness is what I assume is what the word is trying to say. Incredulity. Anyway. 33 messages? Yeah, I guess it's all from him. All 33 messages. Yahiko only shrugs. Oh, you weren't responding! What's a thoughtful, selfless person to do? Not invade my house without warning, probably. I gave you plenty of warning. It doesn't count if I don't see it. You're blind? Oh, classic Yahiko. Might as well have some fun. What, you didn't know? You mean, all this time you've been running blind? Well, not exactly. I have antennae growing out of my feet so I can tell where I'm going. Whoa, is your mom a spider or something? You know, being sarcastic to to people who don't understand sarcasm is like a little... I don't know. You're just inviting misunderstandings. Which is, I mean, I guess that's the point. Well, spiders don't even have antennae growing out of their feet. Well, she has the mutant gene. Is your whole family like that? Y'all aliens? They really need to work on their gullibility. No, I had a sister. Huh? She flew away. So she had the bird gene. This conversation is rapidly steering into the deep end. I decide to change the topic. Well, are you guys gonna come in or are you just gonna stand there? We're coming in. You can't eat chicken alone. That should have sounded cheesy, but I can't stop myself from grinning as they march into the house, slip off their shoes, and throw themselves on the sofa. Just 3 guys having a great time, eating some chicken. Masato pulls several large containers out of the GFC bags and uncaps them. The heavenly aroma of fried chicken drifts from my apartment. Let's see, we got ourselves classic drumsticks, them spicy wings, and potatoes and corn for sides. He raises an eyebrow at me. I fervently shake my head. Oh, no more contests. I reach further into the bag and threateningly shake a packet of hot sauce. Surprisingly, Masato's face pales. Okay. He begins to gingerly bite into his chickens, as if it'll explode at any moment. Yahiko reaches for the original drumsticks, looking strangely thoughtful. It feels unsettling. A quiet Yahiko is a dangerous Yahiko. So, career day. Yahiko's eyes turn to me and he smiles easily. Masato looks up from his chicken. Did you get any info on modeling? I don't make it a habit to get details of Yahiko's activities, but I shouldn't be poor company either, or they might leave. Surprisingly, Yahiko only stares blankly at me. Modeling? Is he really dumb enough to forget his own dream? Modeling. Oh, that modeling. Yeah, I went and talked with that company, the, cloud one. What was it called? You mean Lotus? Yeah, Lotus. Lotus is a type of flower, not a type of cloud. They said they'd keep in contact. Oh, they did? Well, of course, as if anyone would reject this perfect body. I want to gag, but honestly, it's not like Yahiko's overweight, nor is he definitely skinny. He actually takes pretty good care of himself. Are you gonna... you... No. He might actually be an honest-to-God goodness model. I repress a shudder and quickly switch to Masato. Well, what'd you do? Masato sits up a bit straighter, his eyes blazing with passion. Looked into studying in America. You? Wait, you what? But they had a booth for it. Princeton, Yale, Harvard. All them big uns. An Ivy League? Not only does Masato want to study in America, he wants to attend an Ivy League? Well, honestly, I suppose it's not that unattainable. Despite all outer appearances, Masato actually has the highest grades in our year, save for Elizabeth. He studies like crazy, runs like crazy, is also disciplined in his health regime, or health regimen, well, besides his diet of fried chicken. He just does everything with gusto. In fact, sometimes I wonder why we're still friends. Usually people who try overly hard annoy me, like Elizabeth. But, well, Masato, maybe because he's clueless 99% of the time, I can't find it in him, or find it in me to be annoyed at him. So, an Ivy League. Ain't that right? I'm gonna smoke everyone else. I thought you were going for the Olympics or something. Hell nah, ain't my thing. It does make me curious. Why would he be so passionate about track if he wasn't planning on pursuing it as a career? I guess it'll definitely help him to get into an Ivy League. Huh? Yahiko is peering into GFC buckets, which are suddenly empty. Aw, it's all gone. Well, except one. Slowly, dramatically, he reaches into the bucket and raises a single chicken leg into the air. Oh, thanks, man. He sticks his out expectantly, but Masato only shakes his head, a dangerous gleam in his eye. You gotta fight to win in life, man. He reverentially, hoists the chicken leg upward, like a certain baboon did to a certain lion cub in a certain copyrighted movie. Oh, like Lion King. He points the chicken leg towards the heavens. We gotta play a game for it. How about a little something from our childhood? Or from my childhood. Yahiko's face twitches in trepidation. I don't know, dude. You pantsing out on me? Of course not. Good. Here's how it's gonna work. The game is called Survivor's Arena. Rules? There ain't none, except don't kill no one unless you want to go to jail. At times like these, I really have to wonder, what was Masato's childhood like? The goal here is this piece of chicken. We gotta fight fair, so we gotta stand equidistant from chicken. It's still strange to hear him say things like equidistant, even if he is technically a model student. I guess I assume equidistant, that's equal distance. Me here, you there, Yama there. Wait, what? Oh, whoa, leave me out of this. I'm fine without chicken. Ain't about no destination, man, it's about the journey. That, well, actually kinda makes sense. Regardless, I'm not so crazy about fried chicken that I fight over it. I'll pass. Now you're ditching me? Yeah, ain't no competition without a proper enemy. You have Yahiko. I can't race against Masato alone. And he ain't been my arch rival for 8 reincarnations. 8 what? Do I even want to know? I let out an exaggerated sigh and pulled myself up. Fine, why not? Awesome, you ready? Masato tenderly places the chicken leg inside the bucket. His actions seem more appropriate for placing the innocent child into its crib and not the meat of an animal we're about to fight over like starving cavemen. He then measures the proper distance so that he's also equidistant from the chicken. Masato is nothing if not fair about his contests. Once all of these procedures are properly taken care of, he bends his knees and leans close to the ground as if the chicken leg has transformed into a golden trophy. 3, 2, 1. Stato! The room explodes into action as he soars towards the chicken, hand outstretched. Yahiko shoves him aside. They tumble to the ground, rolling over and over like a pair of tumbleweeds. Well, that was easy. I reach towards the chicken, but Masato yanks at my ankle. Get back here! I crash towards the ground, barely catching myself before my chin slams against the tiled floor. Could we have played a different childhood game like hopscotch? Ha! Hopscotch for babies. Taking advantage of Masato's distraction, Yahiko squirms out of his grasp and claws his way to the chicken. Before I realize what I'm doing, my hand shoots out and I've gripped him around his waist. Masato seizes the opportunity and releases me, dashing towards the chicken. In uncanny synchronization, Yahiko and I leap to our feet and tackle him to the ground. His hands lurch forward to catch himself, but our combined weight is too much. His face crashes against the tile with a sickening crunch. Uh-oh. I instantly step off and kick Yahiko to the side. He rolls off with Masato. Oh, you okay, dude? Masato managed to pull himself out, but a thin trail of blood is trickling from his nose. You know, it always seems these contests end with Masato in a bad way, every time. He inches towards me. Yama. Oh, he can't be dying, he's Masato. It'd take me way more than a simple fall on the kitchen floor to get rid of him. But then again, it's a common method of death in books. One high-impact blow to the nose and it lights out forever. Could it be true? Come closer. Masato squirms across the floor, drips of blood smearing on his shirt. I guess the murder mystery starts now. What is it? Ha! Got the chicken! Baited! Got him! What? He triumphantly raises the offending piece of poultry in the air, waggling it in front of my face. Oldest trick in the book, bait and switch. So much baiting in this game. Then he clamps a hand to his nose, a queasy look crossing his face. But nothing at a feeling though good. Yeah, he goes, silently hands in a fistful of napkins, which Masato gratefully accepts. Well, we should probably get back to the dorm. Yeah, be sounding real nice. He staggers to his feet. Yahiko's hand is gripping his arm to help him balance. What alternate universe is this? Masato injured, leaning against Yahiko, who seems legitimately concerned. I watch my mouth suddenly agape as Yahiko supports the limping Masato out the door. He twists his ankle too. I'll see you tomorrow, dude. He gives a cheery wave and shuts the door behind him. I'm left cleaning up a mess that I left behind. Master didn't end up taking his prize, so I decided to chew the chicken leg. I like fats and carcinogens to get me through the night. When the leg is all but gnawed through, I toss it in the bucket and I kick my feet on the edge of the sofa, closing my eyes. The apartment falls into a peaceful silence. I enjoy it. Really, I do. The empty space, the room for my thoughts, the gentle wave of my own presence, and nothing more. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't appreciate their company. Masuno might constantly be dragging me into competitions, and Yahiko might constantly be telling things I couldn't care less about, but they're good guys. They spice life up, make it fun, turn it from a B chick flick to an A-rated film. More than anything, they're constant. I've technically only known them for 1 or 2 years, but it's felt much longer than that. They've always been around to chill out, study, liven it up, anything really. Even Masato, with his terrifyingly crazy schedule. They're good people, even if a little odd. Okay, enough of the sappy stuff. Now I have to get something done, something at least minorly productive. Study or go for mecker? Study? Go for mecker. Study! Go for mecker. Study! Go for mecker. Why not? It's not like there's anything better to do. I switch on the computer, settle back, and watch the chaos unfold on my screen. President J. Graves is striking a dramatic pose on the lip of something that resembles a poorly green-screened Grand Canyon, the wind bellowing at his back as the sun sets over the horizon. Bam! As I'm double-checking the player to make sure that I haven't somehow skipped to the end of the video, a rambunctious crash painfully rockets through my eardrums. Gotta check your audio levels, man! Who goes there? I turn my attention back to the screen. A form scrambles from a pile of steaming metal with a shoddy paint job reminiscent of a bad cosplay. The form is specifically a masked teen in a sanguine suit with a antennae headband clamped over his aluminum foil helmet. Is he supposed to be an alien? Is that a spaceship? I am Captain Acosta. I came to claim the, how you say, recursus naturalis of this land, or recursus naturales, or something like that. Recursors naturales? Are you Hispanic? God damn it. Hablas tontarias. I am an alien from outer space. Double meaning alien? Anyway. You're an alien, alright, but you sure aren't from outer space, oh. Or aren't we getting topical? You pay for this, evil senor. You'll be the one who's paying, and it'll be Ackerman taxes. Overmaker mobilize. They do pay their taxes, though, President. Anyway, to punctuate this remarkable demonstration of diplomacy, he immediately bounds inside his mech, as denoted by a very awkward transition sequence, and starts opening fire on Captain Acosta. Evil Senor should not fought Captain Acosta. God damn it. Captain Acosta slips through his ship, which magically rebuilds into something resembling a flying clay sombrero, and sails into the air. Feliz Navidad, Prospero Ano Nuevo, or something. Have an exploding taco. Skip from Captain Acosta. Why did you do this? Why did you write this? Why? Out of nowhere, a taco plummets from the sky. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like horribly bad writing anyway. That's the point, but the sky through a taco plummets from the sky through a low-resolution photo of the Grand Canyon and lands in front of the president. This harmless little blam. The screen flares white, slightly delayed after the roaring sound of an explosion. When the scene returns, the president is planted on the ground, his mech a pile of steaming rubble. Hasta luego, amigo. Never cross a Mexican and his tacos. Then, rather abruptly, the entire world turns to Rego bricks? Or Lego? Rego? But you see, I am a master builder. His Rego figurine alter ego starts to spaz around the river like a caffeinated rodent, biting his mech into what is that? Caramba, is Diablo. It's Nani. It looks like some hideous cross between a giant hamburger and a hot dog. Welcome to Akirama, land of the obese and home of the diabetics. A giant soda-shaped projectile shoots from the top of his new fast food mech and slams right into Captain Acosta's clay UFO. Ay de mi. Evil Senor's high cholesterol is muy strong. Damn it. He attempts to lob another exploding taco towards the president, but is intercepted with another soda projectile and detonates right in front of his face. Curse your fast food chains! His vehicle spirals downward until it crashes with a note of finality into the dust below. The president, still in Rego form, leaps out of his mech, striking a dramatic pose in front of the still setting sun. Good night, Akirama. Or, yeah, may you sleep in peace. Yeah, may continue. I don't like this episode as much. Personally, I like the first one because it had a lot of references to anime, but this one, not, it's okay, I guess. A little on the nose there. But as the credits roll, I slump back in my chair, stupefied. Right, I don't know what else I was expecting from this show, to be honest. I gave the clock a quick check. It's only 8:45, but I don't feel like studying. Guess I might as well sleep early. Good night, world. It'll be for another long day. And I guess... well, actually... I was gonna edit it here, but not yet. Or, well, maybe I should. Actually, I will. Because I'm wondering... no, you know what? I'm gonna keep going. I was gonna end it, because it's near where I usually end my stream, but I will keep going for a little bit, I think. Until something else happens, I guess. Until we... I mean, we've been doing this whole high school shenanigans for quite a while, and this is a mystery game, right? So where's the mystery? Oh, we got a little bit of it from the freelance detective, right? A little bit of that. A taste of what's to come, but nothing serious has happened yet. But maybe now. Because it looks like Yama woke up. Right? And when I wake up, I'm almost dizzy with grogginess. Yeah, he woke up in the middle of the night, maybe? I guess that happens if you suddenly change your sleep schedule. I dragged myself out of bed for a quick shower before idly settling onto the couch. 5:45 a.m. What do people even do this early in the morning? Well, in the weekend I go to work. I guess there are those people who make their beds, work out, and eat a hearty breakfast like ideal, productive human beings. But nah, I'm more partial to lying around. And maybe watching some TV. Yeah, well, that sounds nice. I lazily reach over. My fingertips barely skim over the buttons on the remote. I roll closer, and after some trial and error, managed to switch the TV on. In a frenzy after the sudden disappearance of two students just 2 days apart, Isumu Imperial Boarding Academy, known for its prestigious background and powerful connections with established corporations like Lemniscate and Way Forward, is now under the nation's eye as it struggles to cope with these new accusations. I freeze on the couch as the footage of the all-too-familiar campus dances on the screen. Disappearances? Of the academy? Okay, here we go. Since when did this happen? Civilians, if you happen to see these missing persons, notify the authorities immediately. It is our duty to keep this city safe. Here are their photographs. Midori Maino, left, and Toma Hayashi, right. Okay, well, nobody we know, personally. I snatch the remote, jamming at the power button until the TV finally blanks. Media and their sensationalist headlines. Shameful, stupid, can't believe anything they say. But why are my fingers still shaking? I clasp my hands against my chest, squeezing my eyes shut. Disappearances at the academy. Probably just some spoiled kids who decided to run off and elope with their significant other of 3 weeks. The news always exaggerates everything, anyway. Or did they? I fell back against the couch, suddenly feeling extremely lazy.